Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be with you one more time. My name is Dr. Alusine Kanu. Before I say the purpose of today's presentation, I want to ask you to subscribe on YouTube to just type the name Dr. Alusine Kanu and view the series of videos I've developed. Right now I'm on number 9, and with your support, encouragement, and God's direction, I plan to do more than 300. So support my efforts. Today's topic is emotional intelligence. Maybe by the time I'm done, you'll say it's just another emotion. Emotions mean many things to different people, and we all express emotions. When you have a child near you, emotions are expressed. When you fall in love, emotions are expressed. When you feel happy and joyful, emotions are expressed. When someone teaches you something you find out sometime in life and realize what you learned, the emotion of respect is demonstrated. When you fall in love, and love sometimes is returned, you express emotions. There are emotions of fear when you are afraid of circumstances. I could give many endless examples of emotions, but that's not the point, because we all have emotions. Everyone can tell you endless series of how they've expressed emotions. They can tell you about joyful emotions. Some can tell you about hostile emotions. Some can tell you about sad and anxious emotions. So emotions mean and are expressed differently from person to person, based on circumstances, based on capabilities, sometimes based on values, sometimes based on goals. So emotions are expressed. And some emotions are positive, and some emotions are negative. So from an educational point of view, when we talk of emotional intelligence, the learning here, first of all, is to be able to identify your emotions. The learning is to be able to know how to manage emotions. The learning is to be able to understand the emotional expressions of those around you. Because when we understand emotions and emotional intelligence, it's a way we manage behavior. It's a way we deal with social complexities. The authorities on emotional intelligence is Goldman. Goldman teaches us to be emotionally intelligent is to be self-aware. Goldman teaches us to be emotionally intelligent is to be able to regulate your emotions. To be emotionally intelligent means to understand that emotions sometimes have motivations. To be emotionally intelligent, according to Goldman, is to have empathy, to understand or have a perspective on other people's emotions. One of the learnings about emotional intelligence is emotions are contagious. If someone is happy, sometimes everybody is happy. One person is sad, but sometimes it's contagious. Emotions sometimes are instantaneous. They just happen. And sometimes emotions are unconscious. So, from a psychological point of view, sometimes the way people express emotions are the way they've been socialized. In families, in cultures, in education. Sometimes they teach us what and what not to express. Emotions are cognitive from a psychological point of view. Sometimes the way I think about something determines how I express my emotion. Emotion is behavioral. And emotions are cultural. So, some of the things to note about emotional intelligence is the idea that emotions are ways we express feelings. Emotions are also sometimes determined by gender and socialization. Men express emotions maybe differently than women, or as gender and culture shows, socialization determines how emotions are expressed. Emotions sometimes depend on personality. A shy person is a shy person, regardless. So, I've defined emotions. I've identified, the behavioral aspects of emotions, how they affect our communication. So, at this point, I want to talk about what do we do from here on about emotions. Well, as we identify or deal with emotional intelligence, the first thing is we should learn how to identify the emotion. If I'm happy, let me know by myself, I am happy. Listen to your body. Listen to your body. It directs where you take the emotion. Pay attention to your thoughts. Sometimes you can be in a distressful situation and be happy at the same time. Take stock of the situation. Don't be the person, if I'm angry today, the whole world has to be angry, Take stock of the situation. Reappraise negative. If I'm gonna offend with my emotion, let me appraise my negative communication. Sometimes we can change how we think. It's good to accept responsibility for emotion, to be self-aware, to self-manage our emotions. When emotions work, that leads to relationship management. So that's my talk on emotional intelligence. Maybe It's just another emotion. Again, subscribe to Dr. Alusine M. Kanu on YouTube. Sometimes each topic leads to more. And if my viewers and my audience responds favorably, I have almost 300 topics just to talk about. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. And let's understand each other's emotions. May God bless you.